quick CMA, I want to go ahead. First thing, this applies to actually full CMA as well, but if you click the button up here next to Hello David and hit that settings button, right on there, the My Information tab right there. So My Information, right? So if you go on to My Information, you can see here, we can always override this kind of information if you need to, put in your values. Otherwise, what we're looking at here is that the header and footer. So this will be on your some branding on your quick CMA. This specifically this header and footer. This doesn't, I believe, go on your full CMA and matrix, but it will go on your quick CMA. And so always good to have some branding on there. You can see here, you can go ahead, you can choose the banner image really simply. Either upload one you've created, if you've got a nice one you want on there, you can upload it yourself. You can always reach out to our support group. They'll help you get it on if there's any problems. But otherwise, select one of our banners. And you can see we've got, I think we've got about 50 of these guys here. And I usually have the golf course one on there, but I changed it up. But you can see all the way down to like San Francisco, Car with a Fog there. So just go ahead and get that on there. Also, your photo, of course. You can get your photo on there. Just upload your photo. And then as well as your branding here. So you can select what branding you want on there, what order in terms of information. If you wanted, fax them or whatever it is you want in there, you can select that. And then the color schemes here. So you can see I've just got like a yellowish as an example. So you can go ahead in here and also adjust what kind of colors you want for the font, the background, the ink color, and so forth. And then finally, as well, we'll kind of, if you want a print footer on there as well, just some basic info there, you can throw that on there as well. So make sure you go and set that up, get your branding on there. CMA as well, full CMA here cover sheet. Now you can always do this while you're doing the full CMA, but while you're here, if you do the header and footer, you might want to just go ahead and throw that photo up there and make sure everything looks like you want there for their full CMA cover sheet as well. So now we've got that done, let's go ahead and go My Matrix, search residential here. And let's actually just do take a look at our quick CMA. Our quick CMA is it's the most popular one we have, to be honest. I talk to agents all the time and I always ask them, what one to use. And usually the quick CMA is a great kind of conversation starter. It's maybe, once you actually have a listing presentation, maybe then you add the bells and whistles and so forth. But for its purpose, it's exactly that. It's just quick and easy. But I'd say over 80, 90% of the agents I talk to usually at some form use the quick CMA here. So for the quick CMA, I'm just going to ask for actives, contingents, pendings, and solds. And again, like I said, some agents just use solds. I've always been asked, why do you even use active? Well, yes, you don't have a sold point at the active listing, but you do have an idea. Then it gives you an indicator of what it's coming on to the market as, or at least currently here. So sold here, I'm going to ask 0 minus 30. I'll just go, actually, let's go last 60 days out. Obviously, we're just starting the new year, starting to, we've seen a lot of new listings in this month, which is great, but, coming in January and February, usually it'll be a little bit slower. So I'm asked for last 60. I could ask last 30 days and see what I get. This is a single family home. I'm just going to go ahead and ask. So apples to apples. And in this home, this is just a property. In terms of property, it really doesn't matter for our position here. I'm just going to go ahead and use a property I know of in San Jose, but it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,600 square feet property, and it's got an average lot size of about 6,500 square foot. So I'm going to go ahead. I know a lot of agents. Some agents like to keep it bigger and go with a bigger data set, keep it broader. Others like to go, right away tight and see. We can always whittle down, our comps. But so I'm going to go ahead and put there that 4-bedroom, 2-bath. And that square footage of 1,600. So I usually just, as an example, go down 300, up 300 for our range. And again, this is up, I leave it to you guys how you guys want to do it. I know a lot of agents go less than that. So, it's up to you how you want to do that. But I'll start with 13 to 600 lot size. You could put that in there if I wanted to, as well as other characteristics. If you really just keep in mind, when you're running our CMS, we are been low inventory, and so if you squeeze too tight, sometimes you got to maybe open it up a little bit if you're not getting the kind of comps you're looking for. And then I'll pop in our subject property here. So a lot of agents make the mistake here, especially new agents, they pop it in here. If you're ever looking to search for just a specific property, you can pop in an address right here. But for this, I'm just going to look for a nice 1 mile radius. I could switch it here if I wanted a 2 miles, 3 miles, right? It's up to your choice, but it starts with defaults with a 1 mile radius. And again, I'm just going to pop this property address in, and it should find it for me. There it is. Okay, and so you see that the area, we map area selected in red. So it tells you it's found the property, and it looks like I've got 5 matches there. So, I could go to my results, I can go to my map. I'll start with the map here. Let's take a look. And so zooming on here. Now, with the properties here, right, you can, again, if you needed to go out a little more, you can always drag this out. You can see here, right, if you need to. It tells you exactly, how far out as you drag it there. So you can always do that. You can also exclude areas. So if there were certain areas you didn't want, in here to be included in your data set, you can always go ahead, use the cutting tool here. Just an example here, I could go ahead and cut this off here, uh, and I could go ahead and say exclude that shape right there, right? That way, any data that was in that area, won't be on there. So, it's useful. Maybe there's a fire station or something if you're doing a search, that kind of thing. You don't want to be anywhere near it, but you always have that option as well. So you can always expand it if you need to. Otherwise, I'm just going to go back to the results here, and we'll take a look. So we got more results. We've got looks like a couple actives, got some solds in there. And so I'm going to go ahead. I'm just, for the sake of time, of course, you would want to go ahead, do your due diligence, and make sure that the comps you're choosing are the best comps out there. You don't need 10, 20 comps, but it's up to you how many you tick. But I'll go ahead and, just for the sake of time, I'm going to select and say, okay, so these are my comps I'm going to go with here for this property, and I'll go ahead and hit that quick CMA. Notice that when you don't have anything selected, you're not going to get any options here, right? So once you select at least one, then you'll notice the quick CMA and the full CMA option apply there. Now, I'm going to go and select that, and let's choose that quick CMA. I click quick CMA, and I think I have it just ran right here for you. And so this is what our quick CMA looks like. So again, got our branding up top, right? So as long as you set that up there, you have a little bit of branding. Otherwise, it's just white blank space, and so it always looks better to have some branding up there. And then we'll look at it. So I've got my comps here, my active listings I chose, the pending sold listings. And then down below here, you can see, now this is kind of really the meat and potatoes, is, okay, what's here's my minimum and maximums, but that's my median list price and sale price. So that's kind of the range that it's saying, at least based on these comps that they're seeing the property at, right? And so you could kind of go from there in terms of your valuation. Now, down below it is going to be the actual the comps, and so we just give you some basic, property overview of what the property looks like, the public remarks and so forth, days on market, and so you can go down there, and also the price, but it's just going to go ahead and give us, each one of those. So like I said, very quick and easy. You can do this whether you're pricing out a property or running a CMA on a certain area, and you just want to see what's going on in a certain area. You can do it, but it's just going to be based on how many comps you actually choose. Just a few pages long, easy to read. Especially to share with clients. But that is just the quick CMA. Now, you might notice here that there's also, get rid of that way. But there's also another quick CMA called Modern. It's very similar. You're going to find, click on that real quick here, very similar to just the normal quick CMA here. And so you can see here, try to zoom in a little bit here so it's easier to see. As you can see here, same with the branding up top here, but down below, just a little bit of a different view. So if you like this view a little different, you can see here I've got my active listings, I've got my solds, the comparables down below that. So the only thing that I noticed that was different, to be honest, other than the aesthetics, really, is they do show the sale price to list price ratio on here for the solds. So that is one thing that they do add in there, that's not on just the regular quick CMA. So if you did want that on there, or if you just like this view a little bit better, this is the modern quick CMA. And so, all right, that's both.
Make sure to check out our pro support page for additional videos on a full range of topics. And don't forget to click that subscribe button on our MLS Listings YouTube page.